Geeks. It's Amy Rhodes from Mobile, Alabama. And when I'm not dreaming about the Disney World Easter Parade and the Trail Maids marching down Main Street, I love to go geeking on Walt Disney World with Kurt, Lindsay, and the whole geeking gang.
Hey, Disney World geeks, Curtis Stone here, and welcome to episode 362 of the Geeking on Walt Disney World podcast. This week, Super Geek Ben Canady returns to the podcast to share his recent trip. It's a 3-night split stay, including the Grand Floridian and the Beach Club. You know, it was only 3 nights, but Ben is a Southern gentleman, and he'll tell you lots of stories, and he can talk and talk and talk. As he'll tell you for sure, that's something he loves to do. If you're new to the podcast, let me tell you, I started the podcast over 6 years ago, and with my daughter Lindsay, we started talking about our Disney World trips, and then we brought on other Disney geeks to tell their trip stories. Before too long, they started calling me their podfather, and I think it's because of the family atmosphere we like to promote here on the podcast. And over the years, we've built some just amazing relationships with our listeners, and they continue to tell their stories of going down to Disney World. I love featuring you on our podcast. So if you're wanting to do a podcast trip report for the Geekin family, give me a shout out at kurt.stone@geekinonww.com. I've been fortunate to meet a lot of my listeners in the parks in person, just like I met Ben during our G3, the family reunion last October. And it's so cool this year. I've been bringing on a lot of folks that I've met personally, and it makes the community here so much fun for me. Well, we're also independent Disney authorized travel agents with Fairy Tale Concierge, and Fairy Tale Concierge is an authorized Disney World travel agent. Whether you're new to Disney World, or you just like to talk Disney World, or you just want to throw us a bone as travel agents, we appreciate your business, Mama and Auntie Judy. We went out to lunch. It was Auntie Judy's birthday today. We went out to lunch and we were talking about the travel agency. And I got to thank you guys. I just want to thank you guys so much. Even though it's been obviously a really tough year for being a travel agent, thanks so much for trusting us with your trips. We're booking trips now between now and the end of the year, and we're going to do okay this year. I was really pleased to hear how they're doing. And we have some good friends, Jennifer and EJ Cruz, Jennifer Glambos and EJ Cruz. They changed their brand name. Yes, they are no longer the Little Dole Whips. They are the Jiminy Society. So go check them out on their Facebook page. I'm going to be getting together with Jennifer and EJ this week to record a podcast. We'll do some kind of travel agent focused podcast to give you lots of information for your trips coming up this year and into next year. Well, this episode, again, featuring Ben Canady, and he went with his wife and young daughter. He talks about what it's like getting back into the parks at this time. Again, Grand Floridian and the Beach Club for 3 nights, but he's got lots of fun stories to tell you about Topolino character breakfast. They like doing breakfast, my guests, for sure. Trattoria Al Forno breakfast. Talking about the mini waffles. Yeah, Minnie Mouse has waffles too, not just Mickey. Deep discussions about margaritas and some good food options over at Hollywood Studios like the Docking Bay 7. The Regal Eagle, you guys know I am excited about the barbecue in Epcot. I'm getting good reports about that. Cosmic Rays, it's one of his favorites. He always finishes with. Yes, Sunny Eclipse is playing live at Cosmic Rays still. He gives us a fun Splash Mountain fact and talks about the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad Train. And that's so glad that we got a new attraction to go see when we're down in Disney World. And he gives us more thoughts on what it's like now down in the parks and some of his Rise of the Resistance woes. Well, yes, sir. As Ben would say, he's back in the parks, relaxing with some margaritas and those Disney World breakfasts you guys love so much. So let's ease on down the road to Disney World with my pal Ben. Well, I wasn't too sure we were going to pull off this trip report, but I sure was hoping we would. Not only does my next guest live in Louisiana, which was getting ready for a big old hurricane. Actually, they had a couple run through there, so we're going to find out how he made out. But I also had some tornado warnings coming through Connecticut tonight, so I don't know. We had about a 30% chance of pulling off this podcast episode, but I'm so glad we are going to do this. Let's bring him on. He's been on the show before, so I've got a really good intro for him. He ends every trip at Cosmic Ray's Starlight Lounge eating a burger watching sunny eclipse, but rarely does he remember his wife has to fill him in after. His family was responsible for sinking a Pirate of the Caribbean boat. I think I've done that myself too. That's something we share. 9 people in the front 3 rows, with most of them being larger than average. Yeah, I fall in that category too. In a 4-day trip, he consumes more margaritas than the rest of the year at home. And he says, man, those are good. You're preaching to the choir, dude. We know. We say this every week, it seems like. Please give a warm Geek and Family welcome to Ben Canady. Hey, Ben.
Hey, take 2. Hey, geeks.
Hey, Ben. Welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show. And, we've met in person, which is so cool. I'm so glad so many of the guests I bring on I've met before.
Yes, sir. That was awesome. That was a fun trip.
I was looking back at pictures. This was during the G3. You also got a chance to meet a very famous listener of ours, too, didn't you?
I did. I met Kevin Curtis Allen, for sure.
In one of the best places in all of Disney World, right?
That's correct. Right in front of it just blew my mind.
Millennium Falcon.
The Millennium Falcon. That's right. Yeah, I saw him earlier on the trip, and I was sort of shell shocked. I didn't even know how to introduce myself to him. So I had to use you as a buffer to meet somebody as famous as Kevin.
A little starstruck.
Yeah, I was. I was a little in awe. Did
we do the Millennium Falcon together?
No, we did not. We were passing.
Yeah, that's right. You had like 50 family members, I think, on your trip.
I did. There was a really large, Southern family, everybody, cousins and so on, and godparents, all meeting up together. So.
Well, that was cool. I got a chance, and I was looking through my pictures. I realized and remembered that I met you during the run too. Was the Princess Run?
That's correct. No, that was the.
What is that? No, that's Star. Which one was that?
That was Wine and Dine.
Wine and Dine. Yeah, I should know better. The Wine and Dine. You're one of the couple people that I met before you did the run. Sir. I was just watching.
Yes, sir.
So cool. We're good friends. Oh, you're a Patreon.com supporter. I wanted to thank you so much for that, Ben.
Yes, sir.
You've been a Patreon supporter. That's folks that donate to the show on a monthly basis. Ben's been doing that for a long time. Thank you, Ben.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for putting it out. I mean, it's an awesome thing. I don't get to listen to it as often as I have in the past. Lately, we've been so busy at work and with a 7-year-old, I mean, everybody has children and they're running around crazy. But it just seems that I hadn't been able to listen very often. But when I do, it's that it brings back that kind of that warm feeling. Having met you and met some of the people and seen some of those people and connected with them on Facebook. It's like old friends. It's nice to hear those voices come back with that same, like hearing Rob and those guys all kind of just, it's a warm feeling, especially on a rough work day. So.
I love hearing that. I feel that way, and I'm glad you're reflecting that back to me. It seems that, especially this year, I've gotten a chance now doing the podcast for 6 years. Getting down, we always have people in the parks. So if you're in the parks, you could run into a geek, and I run into probably 100 or so, I think, at this point. And of course, I have some local people that are part of the podcast too that I've met. And then we're doing a trip. We're doing a geek meet this weekend. I'm excited. We're gonna have a few people up in New York State.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love that part of I really meant to build community, and I'm so happy that you're saying that back to me. That's great. Now, what was something you were looking forward to going back to the parks, Ben?
For me, just that bubble. Like we usually fly. I'm at work all the time, and I'm trying to squeeze every second out. And so we usually fly. I work until the very possible last second. And actually, on this trip, I was nervous that we weren't going to make it to the airport in time. I kept trying to get out, and I'd have an issue for a customer or for a delivery or something. And so I was trying to get people out. We got out, we got on the road, got to New Orleans. Kind of nervous about getting through security, which went easily. And then it's just that bubble feeling that I can take a deep breath. Usually for me, it was standing out on the balcony and either listening to park music or hearing the TV in the background, going and just kind of being like, okay, I'm here. It's probably 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. We finally got here.
Oh, wow.
I know I'm going to be tired. Tomorrow's going to be a long day, but I can just take that deep breath and kind of that, I'm back. And that was especially true here because I was kind of worried about how the mask would go and the social distancing and how cold that would be, dealing with people with concerns, with health issues, all those things for everybody. And it was really comforting to be back and to get that feeling again.
Love it. Yeah. I know you work hard. We were chatting during the week, and you spend a lot of hours at work, and there's so much getting ready to go on a vacation, especially Disney World. There's so many things to be thinking about. You're right. When you get down there, you just a big, like, oh, it feels so great to be here.
Mm-hmm. I have friends that they're like, well, why do you try and rush out? You get on a plane at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and you get there and it's midnight. Oh, sorry, that's my blood sugar alarm going off. Yeah. How come you just don't fly in the morning and take your time? I'm like, well, I mean, that's just extra hours of. I know it might cost me some points, but it's that extra decompression time. So the next morning, I don't have to worry about a plane flight. All I have to worry about is what park I'm going to or where I'm going for breakfast. It's a lot more fun that way, I feel like.
Do you go hard in the parks, Ben?
We do. This trip we didn't. We didn't have to because there weren't that many people. Like normally we are. We're open to close. And before we had kids, we were open to close and then some. It seems like when we would do a Fringe trip, it would be nonstop, and then like Pleasure Island or Downtown Disney or something along those lines. And I don't see how we lived through some of the things that we did. All in good fun.
Going hard.
Mm-hmm.
Who's in the family who went on this trip?
So in this trip, just me, my wife, Lizzie, and our 7-year-old daughter, Charlie.
Nice. Good. You guys can get a lot done. I'm hearing from everyone that's coming on the show, like you just said, parks were empty compared to normal times, right? They
were. Somewhere in all my pages of notes here, I jotted down a little note that it reminded me of. So, as a Southerner, we all like to tell a story and like to stretch everything out. But as I find that lately, or so in the past, in the internet era, with the sharing of all the information, all those little secret times that were slow times have been exploited. And everybody says, "Oh, go during Mardi Gras or go, the third week of January because nobody's there." And so then everybody's there all the time.
Yeah,
there's no dead time. And this reminded me of going in the 90s with my parents and doing the e-tickets when you stayed on property. It was like extra magic hours. They called it e-tickets then. It was like that time where you could stay on like Splash Mountain or Space Mountain. You could just stay on and ride and ride again and ride again. Monday, the day that we left to come back home at probably 10 a.m., 11 a.m., Buzz Lightyear was like that. You got on and you could stay on and just repetitively ride. And I haven't had that. I mean, it was kind of scary at the same time. It was kind of worry. But I mean, I know it's the largest draw in the world as far as tourists go. But of course, we took advantage of it. And my thumbs hurt from holding the little button stuff constantly.
Carpal tunnel.
I have vacation-related injuries on my thumb. But that was amazing. to see and to feel and kind of get a little bit of that back, and for Charlie to also be able to see what that's like. In her short time, she's been a bunch of times. She's probably been a dozen times in her life already. She's never seen it like this. So it's nice for me to be able to show her, kind of a little bit of that Twilight, that extra magic, more or less.
Yeah, I've been thinking. I always had this line when people would ask, when's the best time to go? And what they're asking is, like you said, when's the time when the crowds are not, but Disney has, over the last several years, has done such an amazing job of marketing the parks across the world. And that's because they got people coming from all over the world. And the thing was that all of the big rides, this is what I want to hear from you on your experience from this, but there was never a time when any of the big Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Pandora, all these really popular attractions, always had a long line. Like they're always over an hour, always had to have a fast pass. They were even hard to get a fast pass. And I don't care what time of year you went. So the answer was never, to me, was not, there's not a good time really to beat the crowds. What you got to do is have some good crowd beating strategies. And then I would go into those for those people. So that's for those, that's a little advice for everybody that's listening, that's trying to plan a trip, because it might get crowded again. I'm hoping it's going to happen and get back.
Yeah, it will.
But this is what we've been hearing. People, they've been going, and if they can deal with they're okay with the health concerns, and they're okay with the mask being on. And you went during a hot time too. Was it hot? You're from a hot.
I'm from Louisiana, so it's hot. But it's like my work, so I'm considered essential. So we actually felt safer. I felt safer there than I did. I mean, not that I don't feel safe at home, but I felt safer there. I felt like there was less of a risk for me to get anything, flu, hand, foot, and mouth, any of those things that like one of the kids would get, because of course they're running their hands on every handrail that they can find, and then for some reason they're putting their hands in their face. It's what a 7-year-old child does for a living.
Right.
And so I felt like now, all of those things with the COVID crisis or the pandemic, other things, the flu virus and some of the other things that get passed around, rotavirus that gets passed around at a place like Disney World, that those are going to be drastically reduced as well. Yeah. So we felt less risk going on a trip like that than not that we've thought about it a lot before, but when they're thrown in your face like that, it's like, well, honestly, we're probably safer now than we ever have been.
We often went to Florida and came home with a cold or some kind of illness, bug, one of those viral bugs in your stomach. Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, everyone's saying the same thing. So I'm so glad everyone's repeating this. And if you're a geek, you're the first one to go with a younger child that I've talked to. But I know the adults, if you're a geek and you just love to go and not plan and just do what you can do, this seems to be a good time to get that done.
It's perfect for that. We talked about going, and our annual pass was going to expire, and we talked to Disney about what they were going to do. They were going to add some days, and I was like, it was only, I think our annual pass expired maybe 2 weeks after they shut down.
Okay.
So I can't plan a trip in that 2-week window. I've got too much going on.
Right.
And when my wife logged on, or when Lizzie logged on to look at the dates, there was more time than what we thought. And so we kind of started thinking about it. And then we said, no, we're not going to do it. And one day out of the blue, she sent me a text while I was at work and said, I think we should do it. And that was on a Tuesday.
Sounds like my wife.
That was on Tuesday, and we left on Friday.
Oh, and wow.
So I said, okay, well, what are you saying? I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah. Good point. This is.
Called me and said, let's go now. It's 6:00 here. I'd be on a plane at 9, and I would go now.
And again, this is a time where you could pull that off without much planning.
That's right. We had a trip planned in March, and of course it got canceled. And so we had Southwest credits, and then we had the DVC points, and so. And we had the AP. So all that lined up for us. We were able to get the flights that we wanted.
Sweet.
And so we said, sure, let's do it. So
I love that.
Yeah, we also knocked one of the resorts off of our list. We were able to get the Grand Floridian for 2 nights, and there were only 2 nights, and we had 3, so we let Charlie pick the night that we got there. So she picked the Beach Club, so we were able to knock off a couple there.
So how many nights did you do total?
So we did Friday nights. We did Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, and flew home Monday evening. So we had most of the day Monday in the park.
So great. The thing I like about doing that with a split stay, now that's a short split stay, but I like that you did the Epcot a little, you had one there near the Epcot, and you had the Grand Floridian near the Magic Kingdom. That's a good split stay for me too.
Yeah, I like that. Of course, with the DVC points, it was kind of a wash staying at either one. And we wanted to do Grand Floridian the whole time, but it wasn't available. So we picked our second best option for us, honestly, is the Boardwalk. We like it a lot. And we stayed there recently. And so Charlie was like, well, what's the Beach Club? So we kind of explained it to her and said it was closer to Epcot, even though we didn't even go to Epcot on the night that we were staying at Beach Club. Yeah. So she immediately was like, oh, yeah, well, let's do that one. Let's do that one. So,
did you stay at either of them before?
I stayed at Beach Club some years back, but not in the DVC villas. It was before we were DVC.
Charlie never stayed there.
No, so it was new for her. She'd been there. She'd been to the Captain Hook's, the kids adventure club, I think.
Yep.
We did that back in October when everybody was there, when all the family members were there, and so we dropped off all the adults dropped off a whole bunch of kids there, and so she had already been to that resort before, or that hotel before, but we hadn't stayed there.
So the Grand Floridian is Disney World's flagship resort, right, Ben?
Yes, sir.
Does it hold up to that label?
It does. So we've been there for meals a few times. We've done Grand Floridian Cafe, and we've done, I can't even remember,
1900 Park Fair.
Yes, we've been to 1900 Park Fair, and I've actually been to not Victoria and Albert's, but the one out on the water is at Narcoossee's.
Yeah,
been there. It's probably been close to 10 years, but Lizzie and I have been there.
Yeah.
We like it all. Our home resort is the Polynesian, which is far and away for me my favorite resort.
I'm with you. Is it still?
It is.
Still number one. Okay.
Oh yeah. Now the Grand Floridian, it's nice. It's super nice. I love going during Christmas to see the gingerbread house and to see it all decorated. And it's a beautiful piece of property, and it's in a primo spot. I'd say it's probably my number 3 behind Boardwalk and of course the Poly. The Boardwalk, not so much for though the resort is very nice, for its proximity to Epcot and its nightlife out on the pier.
Do you like the Boardwalk better than the Beach Club?
Yes, just for the proximity to the nightlife.
Okay.
To that stuff out on the Boardwalk.
That's a good argument. The
room quality is a little bit of a wash, in my opinion. I think actually the Beach Club room was a little bit nicer, though maybe we were in an updated versus a non-updated last time. So they're of course they're rolling through updates constantly, it seems like. But I'd say the room was about a wash.
I think I'm skewed because I was fortunate to stay there a few times for conferences with my wife, Mama, and then when we were looking at DVC also, that was hot. I had never stayed at the Boardwalk at that time, but the Beach Club, the beachy feel, there's something about a feeling that I get there. I could argue with you about the pool. I could argue with you and closer to Epcot, but I
do like that pool, but it was on this trip it was closed because I think the NBA players is still in the yacht club, and with its connection to the yacht club, I guess they couldn't effectively seal that off, and so it was closed.
Wow, that's sad. Yeah. Well, you were only there one night, but
we only slept there really.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, tell me more about the Grand Floridian. Whereabouts was your room? I know the DVC building is really towards the Polynesian side of things, right?
It's on the Poly side, and we were actually So those buildings kind of make like a T, I guess. And so our section of the building, we were in the very last room on the first floor on the water. And so when you walked out of our balcony or onto our little patio there, you could see Spaceship Earth, and you could see the crane construction going on for the Tron ride. You could see the railroad.
Space Mountain, you meant, not Spaceship Earth.
Oh, I'm sorry. Space Mountain, yes.
I was like, I haven't been.
They're not that good.
I was like, I haven't been to Disney World in a little since January, but I think they haven't moved Spaceship Earth.
They changed a few things around. You can see Space Mountain, and you can see the Tron cranes going, and then you can see the railroad station right there on Main Street.
So you could walk out from the first floor. You had a little patio there, like area. You could sit down there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, nice.
Yep,
but so you were facing then. You're facing the parks.
I had a theme park view, though, that we didn't ask for that. That was just the room that we were given.
All right. Little bonus.
So there was a little walking path. So the night that we left Epcot, we took a bus because the monorail was closed. We stopped at the Poly and got a Dole Whip, and then we walked from there along the lagoon there to our hotel, and there's a little side entrance. I mean, you walk. We were 5 steps off the path, and just right there. So it was a good spot. It was a good room.
Where would you rank that walk from the Polynesian to the Grand Floridian on property? I love all the beautiful walks. That's one of my favorites.
I enjoy that one very much. When we stayed at the Poly in October for the Wine and Dine, one of the days we had an off day, and I went out for a jog, and I couldn't really find that path at first. I was trying to keep my pace and look around for stuff, and when I got on it, I was like, oh man, this is great.
Yeah.
This is so awesome.
Did you happen to see? There was rumors, and they're very good rumors, I believe, that they're going to extend the walk from Magic Kingdom to Grand Floridian. Did you see any construction over there?
Yes, sir. So
wow.
Right now, I'd say it's probably 90% of the way completed. So from the Grand,
that's a game changer there.
Yes. You can't get to it. We can't get to it right now because we're not NBA players, and for some reason they didn't believe me when I told them I was one. And they wouldn't let me in.
You're pretty tall though, Ben. How tall are you?
I'm about 6'1", 6'2", but I'm a little on the hefty side, so I don't think I can get up and down the court very much. I
thought you were taller than me. We're about the same size then.
Yes, sir. Riding the monorail, you can see the little canal where they store the water parade.
Yeah.
There's a bridge over that, so that's completed. It's a little swinging bridge.
Cool.
That's or I say swing. It's a cantilever or swing arm bridge. That's completed. Last time I was there in March, they were working on that, but it's since been completed. And a little bit past there, they have the finished walkway completed. So I'd say there's probably, I don't know, maybe 200 or 300 yards worth of walkway that needs to be completed that you can see from the monorail. Now, out in front of the monorail and then down by where some of the launches leave from, I couldn't see whether that had been completed yet or not.
That was one of the reasons why Bay Lake Tower was actually, I was more favoring Bay Lake Tower because of the inability to walk to Magic Kingdom from there. But or to walk home from Magic Kingdom now.
Yeah.
That's got to be a pretty short walk. That's got to be shorter. I got to believe it's even shorter than Bay Lake Tower. I'm not sure.
I think close. It's longer. You got to get around. You got to get around there. It's a little bit of a walk, especially if you're getting to the villa. It's on the far end from there.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But sure. I would. Yeah. As soon as it's done,
you feel kind of home though once you get into that big grand building. Maybe get a snack. Get a snack. What's that? Gasparillos? Is that what it's called? The quick service there? Yeah.
Yes.
Did you try any of the food in the resort at Grand Floridian?
So we did. We actually went to the Gasparillas, and we did not have a good experience.
Oh, what happened?
So with the pandemic, they want you more often than not to do like a mobile order, and we didn't do that.
Okay.
We walked in and we had some communication issues with some of our language barrier issues with some of the people that were working.
Oh.
And we noticed that, I mean, with the current state of the parks and the employees, there were some issues with communication with in a couple of different spots around. Nothing serious. And we got in there about 15 minutes before they were closing. So that's kind of that's a strike on us. We didn't do the mobile order, and that's sort of a strike on us. But the food, once we got it, the food was not prepared very well. Lizzie got a hamburger. I got the grilled chicken sandwich. My sandwich was good. The French fries were cold, and her burger was undercooked, which I was like, I mean, I would take undercooked on a few things, but not on a hamburger.
Yeah. Oh, were you late? Was it a late night thing?
Yeah, that was the first night. So we went to Hollywood Studios the first day, and then moved over. When we left there, we finished everything there pretty easily, and we moved over to the Grand Floridian. We went to the pool and had a few drinks at the bar, and then we went to go get food. And I want to say the food either closed at 9 or 10, and we got there right before they closed. It was kind of they weren't great, and we weren't prepared. So it was a little bit of both.
I thought the NBA players were at the Grand Floridian. I thought I interviewed
They
someone.
are.
Oh.
And so that gets, you know where Gasparilla's is, in proximity to like the lobby.
Yeah.
So when you walk out and you go kind of, that's I guess to the left back there, going like walking towards Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Gasparilla is about as far as you can get. They've got a 6 foot or it must be an 8 foot fence that's got some blue barrier on it, and it's basically cutting the resort in half.
Okay. Originally when I heard about this happening, I thought they were going to be at Coronado Springs. I had heard
They are. They still are.
They are.
They're still there, but they were.
Yeah. So you guys are educating me that they're in more than one place.
Yeah. So they're in Yacht Club, Coronado, and Grand Floridian.
Okay, and that's every place you were at.
And I swear I heard LeBron talking, and I could hear some guys talking on the other side of the fence, and I told Lizzie, so it's got to be LeBron talking about something. Hey, of course so they're using, if you look at the Grand, where the monorail runs through on the land side, on the left side, going towards Magic Kingdom, there's a conference center there. So that's where they were preparing all of their food, all the NBA guys' food, and that's like where you get on the buses and all that. But it was the fence ran across all and blocked all that off.
Hey, how did your transportation end up at Grand Floridian? Any issues?
No issues at all. So like when we flew in, we got in about 9:15 to the airport. We went down. There was nobody at Magical Express. Two guys working there though, so that was nice to see. We got right into the line. We were the only people in our line to go to the beach club, and there was a couple going to, I think, Pop Century, and they put us with them on a small Mears shuttle. We didn't get on a Disney shuttle to get in. Yep. Which I was like, oh, that's nice. It's kind of, they put us right on. We stood there for less than 5 minutes, and they put us right on.
Yep.
The only thing I was disappointed about was that I couldn't watch the video, like the video on property. It's those small things.
No TV.
Yeah, I was like, this is great. We're going to get on. And then right when we were pulling, like when we were driving, when you're pulling through the gates, like getting onto property, usually in the bus, they get a little bit of a build up, and there's some music and stuff, and it's all usually timed pretty well where that happens about the time you get on property. It didn't happen. That's when I noticed. I was like, oh man, we missed that part of it. It's not that big of a deal, but
it was noticeable. Yeah. Yep. You went to the beach club first?
We went to the beach club first. Yes.
How'd your daughter like the beach club? It was her choice.
She loved it. I think I posted a video on the Facebook page of her sassy walk, pulling her luggage through the lobby. We're spoiling her. I guess that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I don't recall my parents bringing me through the lobby of the beach club when I was 7 years old. I didn't go till I was 39, so.
Well, You can walk sassy through there at 39.
But I've been walking sassy through there now ever since.
Yeah, it happens. I guess there are worse things in the world. So.
That's cool. I'm glad. Yeah, I love the atmosphere. I love the beachy atmosphere. It's fantastic. Was the quick service area there open?
So it's like you're reading my notes. The quick service. We flew in. We got on the shuttle about 9:30. When we got to the hotel, or on the way to the hotel, Lizzie was looking up food, and the quick service, it was closed. The marketplace closed at 10. So we got there at like 10:05. So there was no food.
Yeah.
We went to go get drinks, and the vending machines were not stocked either.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, I can't even get a bottle of water after 10 o'clock at the resort. I was a little bit annoyed by that, but it is what it is. So we actually used Uber Eats and got some outside food brought in from a place called Pop-Pop's Pizza. It was awesome.
Oh, cool.
And so
that's good.
I know we don't normally talk about, or not too often do we talk about outside of the park food, but in this case, there was no other option. Everything else was closed.
Yeah, I would think maybe was ESPN Club open?
Nope, all that was closed.
Okay, the boardwalk was kind of shut down. That's a little abnormal.
Yeah, that was shut down. So I walked through there, or I had done most of my exercise before we got on the plane, but I had a few more minutes to kill. And so Lizzie ordered the pizza, and she and Charlie went looking for drinks. And so I put on my run gear and went and jogged around the boardwalk and down the path to the studios and came back. But yeah, I stopped there in the boardwalk because it was almost eerie. Everything was closed. Yeah, I could smell the pizza from the pizza place there that normally serves, but they stopped closing, or they stopped serving it at 10 as well. So we were about 10 minutes too late to get any of that kind of stuff.
Well, that's one of the negative things about the low crowds. But good call on the Uber Eats. Good job. Yeah, well, let's keep talking about eating. Did you have some meals? Now, you didn't have much planned. You kind of winged it, right?
We did wing it a little bit. So we did have the advantage of the threat of the hurricane that came up the East Coast, and I think got y'all a little bit.
Oh, that's the one that took my power out?
That's correct.
The one that hit Carolinas and then knocked all the power out in Connecticut. Yeah. Yeah, I seem to remember that, Ben.
So, I mean, good for me, not so good for you.
I thought it was going to happen again today, actually. My wife, Mama, was telling me, fill up the bathtub. We're going to have another... It could be as bad as it ended up not being, although I think it hit down lower of Connecticut.
This on a side note, the hurricane that just came through here, Laura, may end up out in your area before it's over with. I'm like, golly, man.
We'll get all the rain. It's going to go over land for a long time, so it won't be as ferocious when they hit you, Ben.
Yeah. Well, so we with that hurricane threat, Lizzie uses a website. I'm not sure what the name of the website is. Forgive me, but that if you want to get a reservation somewhere, you put in what you want and it will keep track of it for you, and you get an email whenever it becomes available.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if anybody's told. I'm sure somebody's mentioned that on the podcast, but
that's just the regular Disney World app, you mean?
Well, no. So this is a third party app, or a third party website that she uses, and so
Disboards. The Disboards is the one.
Maybe so. She's not in here right now.
From the unofficial guide, they do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we were able to get through using that. We were able to get Topolino, and we also were able to get. So we got Topolino Terrace for a character breakfast, and then we were able to get pretty easily. We're actually able to get. I always butcher the name. Trattoria
Al Forno. Yeah.
We got that for breakfast. Those are the only two scheduled meals that we have.
Those are good ones. Yeah. You guys, you like to do the breakfast?
I do. Breakfast is my favorite meal.
How do these rank? How do these two rank?
So Trattoria, we've been there before. We were there when it was a character meal, and that was good. I got steak and eggs, and of course demolished all that. Lizzie got the open face Italian omelet, and Charlie got pancakes, of course. And we were when we went in there, it was the first meal experience. And that was the first morning that we were there. So we walked across from the beach club over there. We walked in. There were only about 3 tables with people. And so they went and sat us kind of over in one of the little sections, and there were no other people in that room. We had the room to ourselves.
Wow.
And our waitress, of course, we were the only table. So she spent a bunch of time talking with us, kind of letting us know how it was, how it had been. She had been in the park the day or two before, and was kind of just letting us know what to expect and how things looked. So we got a ton of information from her, and of course, as usual, we got really good service, and the food was top notch. So
no characters though.
No characters.
Well, that's actually kind of good for you, Ben. You don't have to compete against Flynn Rider.
Well, that's true. I mean, I feel sorry for him. So,
your wife's laughing.
Yeah, I'm sure
she's giggling on that one.
She's in the other room.
I don't like all the attention Flynn Rider gets when
No. So we went.
Those princes. I can't compete with all those princes,
Yeah, when we went last time, we were there. Prince Eric was late. His dog, I can't remember his dog's name, but his dog had jumped up on him and got him all dirty, and so he had to make a wardrobe change.
I can understand that.
That was kind of cool. We ate. We were waiting for him. When we got up to leave, we had plans to do something else. They let us know that he was coming in, and if we stood off to the side in the little bar area, he would come spend a few seconds with us. He's probably spent 2 or 3 minutes with Charlie, just talking to her about how Max is the dog's name. How Max jumped up on him, got him all dirty, and they took some pictures. It was a really great recovery, and they did a good job. So that was a good experience that we had from there.
What about Topolino?
Topolino was great. That was a character breakfast. We were able to get it. So Epcot opened at 11, so it was a late start that day.
Oh.
We were able to sleep in a little bit, which was nice. And so we got Topolino for like 9 something. I usually take selfies. I have a large wingspan. So when we're with a group, I hold the phone out and take the selfie of all of us being silly at Epcot or doing whatever we're doing to be silly.
Right.
And so I was the person taking the pictures, because you take a selfie as the character kind of strolls by.
Yeah.
So I could send you. I probably have 100 pictures from that breakfast, and they get better as the meal goes on. So the timing is weird, and we're sitting in a booth, so we're all trying to lean together and not knock drinks over or do anything silly or mess anything up while we're trying to capture Mickey running by or Minnie. But their outfits were great. Topolino, they were dressed in their art school outfits. I think Mickey is a painter or a sculptor, and Minnie is a writer. Yeah, the outfits from there were great, and the food, of course, was really good.
And remind me, which resort is that one in?
That's at the Riviera.
Riviera, yeah. I know the
top Riviera.
I'm getting Riviera confused with the Grand Destino.
Yes, yeah.
I'm having a hard time keeping them separate in my mind.
Separate, yeah.
Yep. Topolino, nice. So, what'd you have to eat there?
The Topolino, I had
steak and eggs.
I was very adventurous and had the 2-egg breakfast.
All right.
And my wife, I don't know why, I just wasn't feeling it that morning, I guess. And my wife got she got it's on the next page. She got the quiche Gruyere. Ooh. And it was really good. I should have gotten that. It was. She gave me a little piece of it. It was awesome.
This is an Italian restaurant, right?
Yeah. Yes. A little bit of everything. And Charlie got the Mickey and Minnie waffles their Mickey waffle dippers. It's a little waffle on a stick, almost looks like a lollipop. And there was a raspberry syrup and a chocolate syrup and then just regular maple syrup. So she had sugar on top of sugar on top of sugar.
They have mini waffles?
There was.
Never heard that.
There was a mini waffle, yes.
I don't think so. It's the shape of Minnie Mouse instead of Mickey.
I think it had a little bow on top of its head.
Look at that.
Or it might be some of the leftover.
I gotta say, I think that's the first time I've ever heard mini waffles.
I think it was a mini waffle. That may not be correct, but I'm pretty sure.
Well, this audience is pretty knowledgeable, Ben. So
somebody will shoot holes in that.
If we're wrong, we're gonna hear it.
Yeah.
They're gonna be disappointed when they go to Topolino and can't get those mini waffles.
That's right. Or maybe now Disney will do something that will all be all our fault.
We invented it. Yeah, they'll bring them in.
That's right.
Beautiful. Wow. Any other meals that were memorable?
Of course, Mexico. We that was Epcot Day, so we left. We left there. We did Future World pretty quickly, pretty much as fast as you could walk to each area, and you could do the ride or do the area, and then we moved on to the countries.
A lot of construction there still, right?
There is. I mean, I'm all for it, but right now it's tough to get. I mean, the magic is there, but it's it's different.
Sounds like it's almost all World Showcase.
Yes.
Little Soarin'. Yeah, those big rides are open, right?
Okay.
Could you get on the ball? The world.
Oh, Spaceship Earth?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot the name of it. After I made fun of you.
Yeah, I ruined it. Hey, we're
we're covering for each other.
Yeah. This is a 3-week-old trip. You know, I'm filling in some blanks here.
Did you get on the Spaceship Earth?
We did.
Cool.
Yep.
I guess they had talked about closing it, but that's been delayed. It seems.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of that's been scaled back or delayed.
So is the Mexican Pavilion everything I remember it to be?
It is.
Did you have a margarita?
I had a few.
I
remember those.
You had to catch up.
For some reason, those are crystal clear in my mind.
What's your favorite margarita in the Mexican Pavilion?
So my favorite is from the La Cava del Tequila inside. It's the El Diablo, the one with jalapeno in it.
Oh, you're fancy. Look at you. Grand Floridian, this fancy margaritas.
Oh, yeah. I held my pinky out the entire 4 days that we were there.
I hang out with what are the poor people called in Mexico?
I don't know.
That's who I hang out with.
I'm there too. I just play a fancy person.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. You play the part. Well, was it crowded? That can be a very crowded spot.
It was. So I did a couple things to judge the actual crowd size, because I mean you could say, oh well, it was a 2 out of 10, but when you go, every line could be 45 minutes. Like, wow, I couldn't tell it was a 2. It was more like a 7.
Yeah.
But if you remember the space between Living with the Land and the Living Seas, usually there is a sea of strollers parked there in all that parking area.
Right.
There was only about 5 or 6 strollers in that parking area.
Wow.
So that's like, to me, that was like, oh man, that is a telltale sign. I mean, lines and stuff can vary, but when you see something like that, it's like, man, there are not a lot of people in here. Not a lot of kids.
But more importantly was the bar.
So step number 2 for that judgment or for that gauge is when you go out to the San Angel Cantina, or La Cantina de San Angel, can you order a plate of nachos and then not have to physically fight either a person or a bird to get to a seat and find a seat? And there were chairs and benches open everywhere.
Wow.
You really could almost pick your seat. We ordered, Lizzie went across the way to the little margarita bar that's outside and got her a cucumber margarita and some of the street corn. And she came back. I had the plate of food, turn around, and there were 4 or 5 empty picnic tables just waiting. And I was like, this is, we both kind of looked at each other like, this hasn't happened to us. And
don't get used to it. Yeah. What's a street corn?
Kind of spicy corn with lime juice and some Mexican seasoning on it. It was really good.
It's a drink?
No, it's a little appetizer, just like a little cup of corn.
Oh, okay. Was that in the booth? Like
it wasn't in the booth. It was at the
newer one
outside margarita stand.
Gotcha.
That's right to the left of the pyramid.
Because the last few times I've been in that pavilion, the Mexican boat ride, that whole marketplace, the little bar there was just mobbed, Ben. So I was hoping you're going to say You were able to get your drink, no problem then.
Yes. Oh, so I got a regular on the rocks lime outside at the cantina. We had empanadas, all that was good, of course. Then we went inside, feeling good after one, and we go inside, and oddly enough, the ride they've cut the line. Like the queue is full of people. I don't know if it's because there was a threat of rain or it was hot or just so happened to be like the perfect timing for people to start there and kind of do their around the world thing. But the line was super busy. The rest of that area inside was all pretty dead. And the tequila bar had a line. It's really small in there. So usually there's a line, stretching out the door, it seems like, or outside the pavilion. There was only about 2 or 3 people in line. So I waited in line for the tequila bar, and that's where I got the El Diablo. And then then by that point, they had opened back up the 3 Caballeros or opened the queue back up. So we got on the queue and did that ride. But it was the inside restaurant. There was not one person at the restaurant. Now, this was at like 2:00, so it would have been like a late lunch.
Wow.
Or super early dinner, I guess. But there was not one table was seated.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You
do know they have frozen lime margaritas there, don't you?
I do, but
okay.
But I just can't seem to get past the Diablo or the on the rocks. I'll tell you why. Because I got a frozen one time. I feel like I'm pretty sure it was a frozen one, and we were leaving the park, and I guess I had not thought about that you can't take it out of the park. So then I downed about half of a frozen before we left the park, and had got brain freeze pretty bad. So the on the rocks is not quite as bad on my brain.
So I've not put a compelling argument to get over your fear of brain freeze. Seems like.
No. Those on the rocks ones do the trick for me just as good.
If you're new to the podcast, I love having fun with my frozen lime margaritas. So
that's right.
Because I think they're the best things that was ever invented.
We were in Hollywood Studios the first day. Lizzie brought me. I was in line doing something, or I was working on something, and Lizzie brought me a margarita from the little bar from the Brown Derby, which I didn't know they made one there, and it was pretty good. And so later on, we went by, and we went by that same bar, and I was like, man, I think I want another one, but I don't want it to. It was a little bit sweet, so the guy made me a low sugar. And it was on the rocks, but he made me a low sugar margarita with soda water instead of the mix. So it was soda water, lime juice, and tequila.
Yeah.
And it was really good.
All right.
It was not on the menu, but he was like, she asked for something low sugar, and she said he likes tequila. So he said, why don't you make him a low sugar margarita? And man, it was pretty good.
Hit the spot.
Almost no sugar in it. It was pretty darn good.
Good for a hot day, right, dude?
Yes, definitely.
Nice. Good job. Well, let's move along here. Did we cover most of the food? Do you have any good snacks or?
The only other food item that was worth noting really was we had a salad, the roasted Endorian chicken salad at Docking Bay 7. That's where we had lunch on Hollywood Studios Day, and it was really good.
What's in that? That sounds good. Parts of aliens sounds like.
Roast chicken, pumpkin seeds, quinoa, mixed and a mixed green base. I think there was maybe some spinach and some kale in it. It was really good. I was impressed by how it was light. It was a hot day. Yeah. It wasn't too heavy. You got a little bit of protein in the chicken, but it wasn't overly heavy.
Nice. You guys have like a routine that you stick to like every trip, or something you must do every trip? Or both?
Well, we go to Mexico and spend a lot of time there.
That's a must do, right?
We skip the next 4 or 5 countries because we got to recover from the margarita.
You know what I was just saying on one of the shows I recorded recently, Ben. I said I was Jeff Opolka. I don't know if you probably recognize Jeff's name, and he was telling me how he did the American Pavilion with the barbecue. Are you a big barbecue guy? I
do like barbecue. I did not love the barbecue there.
Oh, okay.
It was good. Yeah. It was good, but I got it. I like a spicy barbecue. I'm trying to get to my Regal Eagle notes here. But we in the U.S. we saw the Jameters at the pavilion or on stage, and of course they're always awesome. And then we went into Regal Eagle, and I got the pulled pork, and I probably should not have gotten that. I usually judge like if I go to a new pizza place or if I go to a new barbecue place somewhere, I kind of get like a baseline item to see, how is it going to compare. And that day I was doing pulled pork, and I should have done the brisket. And the pulled pork was okay. It wasn't fresh. You could tell it was a little dry.
Okay.
And the beans were too salty for us. But overall, it was a good experience. I really like the way they did the work to it.
Good.
And I think it's going to be great.
Well, I hear. Do you like beer too?
I do. I'm an okay beer fan. I'm usually a super light beer kind of guy. But
yeah, because what I was thinking is I'm kind of excited. It's midway between Mexico and Germany, so I can have my margarita in Mexico, and I can have my American beer, like an IPA or something. That'll carry me over to Germany for a famous German beer.
Yep. So we usually do.
I don't have to skip America anymore for food.
That's right. It's we hit Germany before you hit America though, so you're gonna have to work.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Am I messing up my countries?
Yeah, Germany's right after the outpost.
All right,
right past China. But anyways,
yeah. I'll probably be mixed up too when I'm walking around World Showcase. I don't know what country I'm in.
The back half. So for us, the back half would be France, the UK, and Canada.
Yeah,
those sometimes get mixed up.
I love those too. They're all great. Good. All right. Yeah. Is there a must do that you got to do every trip besides the Mexican Pavilion?
So as far as food or rides or all the above?
All the above. Anything that comes to your mind.
Of course, we do Cosmic Rays, and I usually get a hamburger at Cosmic Rays.
Was Sunny Eclipse playing?
Sonny was still playing. He's
hardcore.
Years, yeah. He
probably doesn't even have to wear a mask either.
No, I think wherever he's from, they're immune. So,
yep. That's what I figured.
Yeah, in that little area down in front of Sonny, right there. I think we were maybe the only people sitting in there. One of Lizzie's family members. They came in for a few days. And they met us, and we had lunch together. That was right before we left to fly home, and they met us for lunch there. And we had a couple of 2 or 3 tables put together, but I think we might have been some of the only people down there.
All right. Plenty of space, yeah, that can be a crowded restaurant for sure.
Yes, sir.
Not in this one.
And we really wanted to do. Charlie loves Thunder Mountain, so we wanted to do Thunder Mountain. We walked right on to Thunder Mountain, and Lizzie really wanted to do. She wanted to do Splash before it gets a makeover. And so it was when we got there, she was disappointed because it was drained and had not been running. And so we went and did Thunder and did a few other things. We were actually, we were in line for Jungle Cruise, and it popped up that it had a 5-minute wait. So it had come online. So we hopped out of line and ran over there. I mean, we walked right on, but we wanted to make sure and get on it before if it went down again.
Did you say it was drained? Like the water wasn't in it? And then they got the water in there in that short a period of time?
I think it only takes, that's one of the trivia questions, I think. It's
tell me. I not heard this one.
It's like 5 minutes. Like it's much shorter.
You got big barrels somewhere.
Then you think it would be like, oh God, it'd probably take 2 hours to drain that thing or more.
Or fill it up and get it running.
But it's much quicker
get
water in it than you think. I guess it's not as deep as you think, or they probably have
you just think there's a lot of water that's got to be jetted around in there. Yeah. Wow, that's cool. Yep. That is good to know. I'm glad you got a chance to ride that. Did you guys do anything new on this trip?
So we did in Hollywood Studios. We did Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I've
been wanting to hear. I've heard. Well, some people don't want to spoil it for me, but what can you tell me? Did you enjoy it?
It was really fun.
Good. How was the wait line for you?
We used the DAS, the Disability Pass, and we're between that and a combination of low park attendance. We rode it 3 times on Hollywood Studios Day. And it was interesting. We had read kind of that it was there was going to be so much stuff in it that, and of course, first time riding a brand new ride, that you're going to want to ride it more than once because you're going to miss something.
You're overwhelmed the first time.
And it's a train, and you ride in the front. If you're in the front row of the front car, then you don't see things that the riders in the back row of the back car see.
Okay.
Or you see some of it, but not the entire section of it. So there are a few areas there where you see a little bit more or see a little bit less, and it changes slightly. You also, without giving away anything, it's a little bit of a different experience. You see more or less.
Different experience depending where you're sitting.
Correct. So I would definitely ride it. I try to ride it, of course, as many times as you can. But
good advice. Good.
And when you get on it, the next time you get on it, try and get into a different seat. You'll see more, or you'll notice different things just because it's farther along in the skit.
Nice. Where is it ranking in your favorite rides now? Is it up there?
It's pretty high. I was very impressed with the technologies that they're using, and they're using less than Rise of the Resistance. It's pretty darn good.
Not cool.
Very clear, very a lot of projections. Some people get motion sickness from something like that because it's not clear, it's not crisp, so you have trouble, equalizing.
Right.
But it was awfully clean. It was awfully clean.
Do you think I get motion sickness. You think it's a ride that someone could get motion sickness on?
Maybe. It moves around.
All right.
I'm not trying. I don't want to give you too much, but
no flight of passage, right?
Oh no, sir. You never leave. You never leave the ground.
I don't know if that's the part that gets me. It's all that, like you said, the stuff flashing by me that causes it. But all right.
I have trouble with the 3D glasses.
Is this
I feel like I never can?
Is it 3D?
I never no. So Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway is not 3D,
right? But
like with Flight of Passage, I have trouble with, especially in the scene where you pause and all the little flowers start moving around, where your Banshee takes a break and you can feel it breathing. I have trouble focusing in that section. I don't know why. It makes me a little bit dizzy, but like in the fast sections, I'm fine with that. And like when you dive and do all that, that's no problem. But when it's sitting still, I get a little bit out of whack. I take the glasses off during that section every time and then put them back on because it throws me off.
Helps?
It helps me. I mean, the image gets blurry, but I can focus on the fact that it's a screen and it's not, the depth is not off.
Gotcha. Well, did anything like greatly exceed your expectations on this trip?
I would say that we felt safe and that it was clean, and it was to me, there was as much magic as there would have been had we not had to have masks and not had to be physically distant. If I would have renewed my AP, I'd be planning another trip.
Well, I love that. I love hearing this.
I was safe taking I felt comfortable with my 7-year-old being there.
Yeah.
There was no choice but to be safe.
Yeah. How are the cast members and how are the guests? Was everyone in a pretty good mood?
Everybody was good. So there are no college kids. There's very few college kids because the college program is suspended, and then there may be none. I didn't notice 100%, but there were very few, if any, employees from the countries.
Yeah, I heard that. International program was suspended also.
Yeah, so that was not the best, but the employees that were there were great, and we're doing a great job. Charlie was trying to pick out one of her like a prize at the end of the day kind of thing from Mouse Gears, and then they moved Mouse Gears because they're working on pulling that building down.
Yep, temporary.
So where we knew things were, they were not there. Everything was a little bit jumbled up, and one of the men who was counting the people coming in and going out to make sure they weren't over capacity took a bunch of time with her to help her pick out the right thing. So it was really thoughtful, and he spent a lot of time with her, though he should have probably been watching the door closer, but he took care of that. And with mouse gears being in a different spot and people not being as familiar with its layout, there were more people on the floor helping with, what are you looking for? Oh, okay, well, I'm looking for a T-shirt or looking for a hat or an animal. They were kind of helping direct you. Also, I guess that's also an efficiency thing, so they could get, if they're having to limit capacity inside the store, they can get you to what you want, help you shop for it, and then move on.
Assuming your shoppers know what they want.
Well, that's the $1 million question.
Any other good stories, Ben, from your family's exploits in Disney World?
No, I don't think so. No. I think that's about it.
All right. Did we miss anything?
I mean,
you got 5 pages of notes there. I feel like we didn't cover it all.
I wrote down a ton of food and things like that, but I think we covered pretty much all the food. The only negative that I had for the trip was that Rise of the Resistance was still going down throughout the day, and I don't know what that is.
Yeah, still technical difficulties.
Yeah, we got into a late boarding group and were not able to ride because they weren't able to get to it.
How were they doing the boarding groups now, Ben? What was your experience getting the boarding group?
The park opened at 10, and we actually didn't time our Skyliner right, and so we got into the park at like 10:05, and of course, they're gone within 10 minutes and 10 seconds, it seems like.
Right.
So then they had another set of boarding groups come on at 2:00, and so you can see everybody was kind of lined up trying to get their boarding pass, and we got into a boarding pass at the 2 p.m. boarding pass, and I think we were in like groups in the low 70s, and I don't think they got they may have gotten to the 50s that day, but just barely.
So no promise to get on it in another day? Just miss it.
They're done for the day, and you won't make it. And at some point, I think the park closed at 8 that day, and at some point, maybe 5 or 6 o'clock, they sent a message that said, based on timing, you're not going to make it today. Sorry.
Have you been on it yet?
I have. I've ridden it twice, so it was okay that we didn't ride it, but we, of course, we wanted to do everything.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing. Yeah, I get you. I would be disappointed. That's one like we were saying before, you want to ride it multiple times.
You want to see all the little things. And I know they've got a few more ride technologies coupled together on it than like on the Runaway Railway.
Yeah. So
I get trying to connect. You're trying to connect 4 totally different formats and have them work seamlessly together. So I get that there are some challenges, but I wish whatever it is, I don't know if it's the actors, because there's live action in it as well, and I don't know if it's breaks for them or you're not having enough of the talent to work a full day.
I think it's a computer problem that they got to reboot.
I was thinking,
it's my guess.
Something's causing it to glitch.
Yeah.
I hope they figure it out soon. I don't know if they're keeping it down to keep attendance up. There's people say all kinds of stuff all the time.
Beautiful.
But it was, like I said, it was a good trip. The mask didn't bother us. People were wearing their masks. There were some people, there were Disney employees walking around, just saying, be sure and wear your mask. And they were very understanding. One couple, a lady that had trouble with a DAS pass, she had never used it before and didn't know how it worked. And so the cast member took plenty of time out, stopped, and her supervisor came over, ran the ride. This was on the carousel, I believe, and she took them, showed them how to get on the carousel, what to do, all of this kind of stuff, and how to use the DAS pass. And really spent a lot of time with them one-on-one to kind of teach them how to use it, because the lady had never used it before. So not necessarily a super magical moment for us, but witnessing one for somebody else is always a good thing.
Sounds like the service is still there.
Oh, definitely.
I think everyone can't wait till we're back to normal. To some, I know the crowds. Crowds we're not going to be happy about, but
no. like it's that double-edged sword. I know it's going to go back. I like that it wasn't that way for this particular trip. And I tell everybody that I can, you should go because there aren't any crowds. And I'm sending more people there, telling them go because there aren't any crowds. And at the same time, I wish they weren't there when I'm there. But, when you want to share that joy as much as humanly possible.
Nice.
And yes, the magic is still there. They're still taking care of you. It's quite literally the bubble is still going strong. So.
Thank you so much. I'm loving these reports of people are getting back into the parks. I'm loving the enthusiasm. Ben, you're always a great friend of the show. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Stay in touch. Tell your wife, say hi, and your daughter. I'm glad you guys continue. She's over there on the side listening in to us.
Okay, yeah. She's telling me what I'm saying wrong.
She's coaching from the side.
That's right.
Awesome, Ben. Thanks you again so much.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks, geeks.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Yes, sir, Ben. Great job doing your trip report. Thanks again for coming on the podcast and being a Patreon supporter. I'll tell you a little bit about patreon.com. That's where you can go and make a donation to our show. Go to patreon.com/geekinonww. We've got like 49 Patreons, some of them donating $5 a month, $10. I even got some folks donating $20 a month. So thanks so much, you guys. Just like Ben supporting us over there at patreon.com. I really appreciate it. I've been looking at some new microphones. I want one more microphone. Then I'd have 4 total. I'd have one for the studio here in the studio. That's maybe even a better microphone. I don't know. I kind of like this one too. I'm having a debate of which microphone I should get. And I want to do a recording with Mama, Judy, and Lindsay doing like a little round table downstairs with my new Podcaster Pro, Rodecaster Pro. So I'm all excited about the things that I can do with the financial support you geeks provide for me. I'm also saving my money for G3, which is coming out in February. We'll be there February 18th in the Magic Kingdom, February 19th in Hollywood Studios, the 20th in Magic Kingdom, and the 21st in Epcot, coming down to the Geek and Family reunion in February of 2021. I can't wait to meet more of you guys in the parks. Hey, some shout outs. Well, Auntie Judy's birthday. I mentioned that in the intro. So happy birthday to Auntie Judy. She's getting tons of responses in the post I did of her in her Halloween costume, the Maleficent costume. I said, where did you get that costume? She said, well, when you're a grade school teacher, you have to have a nice, cool costume. That was so cool. We love Auntie Judy. She is so awesome. She does so much for the podcast. And, she's one of those travel agents with Mom. Her and Mom make a great team as travel agents for you guys. So reach out to them at travelandtiaras@gmail.com. And they will, they're booking. There's some good promotions going on right now between now and the end of the year. So contact them. We've been booking some folks. And I know our good friends, Jennifer Glambos and EJ Cruz. Check them out at their Jiminy Society Facebook page. They're booking and they help you guys out too. So we appreciate your travel business. One other shout out to Travis Dietrich, Jeff Opolka, Scott Daves for joining me on Facebook Live last week. I thought it'd be fun to talk to some of our geeks that have been in the parks, tell you what it's like now that they've reopened. Scott Daves, he told me he started a podcast, but I said also he's down there this weekend and he's a Florida native from Tampa. I've met him in the park too. So I asked him to come on the podcast. Going to record with him during the week. Excited with that. Going to be recording with Jennifer and EJ this week. I've got lots of good stuff coming for you here in the future. Great intro from Amy Rhodes. Thank you, Amy. I've been thinking about you and Madison Pickle. These hurricanes. Oh, the news. I just can't take the news these days. It's just, I got to take a break from the news. I am so horrible to see these hurricanes. When you got a lot of friends that are in the Geekin' family, you're going to have folks that are in harm's way sometimes. So lots of prayers from the Geekin' family going out to Amy and Madison. Thank you, Amy, for that great intro from a year ago. So I would love to get some more intros from you guys. You can send those to me, kurt.stone@geekinonww.com. Create one for us. It's fun. Just record it. Email it to me. I can suggest to just tell us your name, where you're from, and have some fun with it. Tell us some fun Disney World facts about yourself. Let us get to know you in your intro. And that you go geeking on Walt Disney World. Curtis and the whole geeking family. Again, send those to me at kurt.stone@geekinonww.com. Well, you know we're committed to helping you enjoy your Disney World vacation. I had a fun trip report yesterday with Erin Smith, and she was just saying how much she enjoys our podcast and that she got lots of great tips and just makes her vacations. I love when I hear that from you guys. Thanks for supporting us every single day on our private Facebook group. Come join our private Facebook group. Reach out to us. We love chatting with you guys. Thanks for going geeking on Walt Disney World with us. We really appreciate you listening and geeking with us every single day. We love you, geeks. Have a magical day, and I hope all your dreams come true. Put the recorder on. Coming across good. I like your shirt.
Thank you. I got this on our trip.
This past one? Yeah.
Sorry.
Cool. I got an intro I'm going to use from the last time you were on.
Okay.
See if you remember it. And you can add color to it after.
I remember some of it.
You might, yeah, it might be fun for you to hear it. Let's see. I'm just going to get my notes and I'll be ready to go. Did you take notes?
Oh, I did. I have like 4 or 5 pages. I write big, but I have all kinds of detail that may or may not do us any good. I got a bunch of stuff written down.
Oh my gosh. You guys all, sometimes I look at the notes that people send me and I go, oh my gosh. Like everyone's got like 4 or 5 pages of notes. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know that we're, that's funny.
I left myself like 2 pages at the end of my little notebook and ran out of room. And so then I had to start writing in reverse. So now I'm flipping pages in the wrong direction, writing in the margins. So there's stuff everywhere.
Oh my gosh. This is, I know, nerve-wracking to remember everything, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's been about 3 weeks-ish since we've been back.
Has it been that long? Wow.
It has. And so, yeah, it's been, you got the COVID and then we had hurricanes and it's just, and work is super busy. So I'm like, man, so we started talking about it and we started having to look stuff up and remember names of things. And my wife was like, I don't remember. I don't remember what we did. It's like, I know it's been 3 weeks.
It's good to look back on it.
It is.
So Ben, since I got this Rodecaster Pro, I got Kermit is going to come in and say that after I introduce you. So give yourself a second to hear that first. That's your audience.
Yes, sir.
Welcoming you to the show.
Yeah.
I actually have another. Where's my other? I could add. I might do both.
Yeah.
I might do a little bit of both. I did that one time this week or last week too. All right. I think I'm ready. Thanks for reaching back out to me. I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to make it today.
Oh, no problem. Yeah. It's
I knew it was going to be iffy.
Yeah. We weren't sure, but
yeah,
we fared well. So.
All right. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
All right.
Make sure my voice is coming out loud enough. Sometimes if I get too close to my microphone, I get breaths in there. I'm going to move that a little bit even more. Hello, hello, hello. I'm good. Good job. I love it.
Thank you.
When you going back?
I don't know yet. We're planning on doing
wing it again.
We may wing it. My favorite decoration is the fall, is the Halloween decorations. And we didn't time it quite right last year. I would like to be there for the Halloween decorations and then see the transition into the Christmas decorations. We saw a little bit of that last year, but not the full swap.
I wonder when that's going to happen this year.
I feel like I saw somewhere that the Halloween stuff is already up.
Okay.
Or was going up, but I don't know when they're going to make the change.
You know what, Ben? The leaves are starting to change here in Connecticut. Like we've had cool mornings, and like I've seen like trees with leaves start. It's been kind of a dry season too. That might be one of the reasons. Someone was telling me they were up north into Maine, and she said the fall leaves were already starting to show. So
wow,
they're not that far off down in Disney World.
No,
I'm starting to have that feeling. The cool mornings.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the as a child, it was the cool grass under our feet when we were outside playing.
Yeah,
and I haven't felt that yet, but we had a cool front get this far. It didn't really knock the temperature down, but it knocked the humidity down a lot.
Yeah.
And so that's almost like that's almost like having an air conditioner on outside for us.
That's right.
When the humidity's outside of the 90s and it's down in the 70s, that makes all the difference.
Well, I'm so glad you avoided a lot of damage from this storm. It looked pretty tough on the radar coming at you.
Yeah, we did. Baton Rouge did good. I mean, we were probably.
Froze up on me.
We had tropical storm gusts all last night, and we kept the stores closed today. So I've been home all day.
Well, I've lost Ben. Ben, if you're hearing me, I think I'm gonna hang up. I can chat. Oh, he's back.
Hey,
froze up there.
Yeah, that's probably a bird landed on the wire or something.
We had the 60 mile an hour gusts that took out all that power in Connecticut. That's really what it was. But the 3 weeks ago, because it was weird. It was pretty calm, and then you'd have this like big rush of like 60 mile power, and then it'd be calm again, and then you'd see that happen. Really didn't think it was going to, and then when our power went out, I went, uh-oh, that's not good. And then when you started walking around the neighborhoods, it was just like trees and power lines all over the place.
Yeah. So, down here, a lot of the power is a mix of power above ground and below ground. And
that would make sense where you are.
We got trees. And of course there's when that happens, there's trees down everywhere. We had a tornado maybe a month ago come through just about 2 blocks from our house.
Oh wow!
We lost power for about a day and a half.
Yeah, we have. I think we had one touchdown today, and they usually happen in the northwest corner, more northwest than I am. But they I don't know why they typically can get. We're very hilly here, so. They'll touch down. They don't last all that long. They kind of get
the terrain
beat up. Yeah. All right, dude. I've got quite a few recorded. I did 3 in the last 2 weeks. So
awesome.
But thank you. Yeah, you'll see this in about a month or so, or hear it, as you say.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks, pal.
Yes, sir.
Don't work too hard.
You either.
Thank you. Night.
Good night.